talk a bit about the USAID cutback impact inside of the U.S., we're bringing in President of the National Black Farmers Association, John Boyd Jr. John, you are exactly the person that I wanted to talk to about this week. Thank you for making the time tonight.
Thank you, Natasha, for having me.
Now, so we discussed previously on the show that cutting USAID funding could threaten billions of dollars for our American farmers. You're saying it could cause havoc and devastation. What do you mean by that?
Havoc and devastation. Anytime you stop 4 billion pounds of food from moving in the United States and stockpile it, what are you going to do with the food? Are you going to give it to needy families here in the United States? And we're also looking at all of the people that's affected here. You're looking at 58 million people that's going to be affected by these cuts that the president is calling, some good thing here. And, shame on the administration for cutting these needy programs. And, Natasha, we had our program cut by this administration, the National Black Farmers Association grants right there at USDA. We can't get funding there. So the administration came in and done all of these sweeping cuts, but they're not telling you how they're going to help America's farmers. If you make these kind of cuts, you're also taking away from America's farmers as far as the food there that we're going to be purchasing in the future. This food is purchased, mind you, I would like to remind all the viewers, from America's farmers. So you're taking out, billions of dollars in resources from America's farmers too, that it took decades to put this program in place and to actually get it working efficiently. And the president comes right in and say, we don't want money going to South Africa and Tanzania and all of these places. But mind you that these are needy families that need this food and children that need this food, that rely on this food. So the president appears to be kind of heartless here, with this, the cuts that he's making. So I'm disappointed in the administration so far. And this isn't, I don't believe, I didn't vote for him, but I don't believe that America really voted for this type of leadership where there's no checks and balances on what they're doing here in our country.
Yeah, John, let me ask you, there is this aspect of it. We see Senator Jerry Moran of Kansas saying the freeze on USAID left $340 million in this life-saving food that was grown by American farmers just sitting at ports while people are starving. John, how does this hit farmers, the fruits of their labor, their harvests moldering and going bad?
It's telling the American farmers that we're not even considering your part in rolling this. We are the people that grow this food that's going to these needy families around the country. And also, people haven't said enough about the employees that work for USAID. What are they going to do as he's talking about eliminating these programs? Those are some good folks there who deserve to know what their future is going to be like, and this administration isn't doing that. These are things that have to be taken into consideration by the president. You can't come in and just call the whole agency bad and all the people that work there. What does that say to the American people, and what does it say to the world that's watching on how we move forward in this country?
John, this conversation is really striking me because I remember the last time we had you on how dissatisfied you were with former President Biden and his administration, and how hopeful you were about Trump coming in and an improved situation for American farmers. And certainly many Americans agree fraud and wasteful spending needs to be stamped out. But when it comes to USAID and American farmers, what message do you have for President Trump tonight?
Well, as we move forward in this country, we got to be a part of this discussion and also a part of the decision-making capacity in this country. You can't just come out and, say, we're going to eliminate all of these things when farmers have been faced with the highest input costs in history, the lowest crop prices in history. And now you're placing more uncertainty with potential tariffs on China and Mexico and all of these places. But you haven't told us what's in store for America's farmers. How are we going to make up on lost income and revenue in this country?
Yeah.
And for the previous president, I don't like the policies of what this president is doing, but he's coming in, shoving his agenda down there. And when Democrats are in charge, they need to make sure that what their platform is, that they stick to it And the promises that President Biden made, he didn't live up to, the $5 billion in debt.
John, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.